So you know how I said I was looking for my Mojo? I could have found him. I'm wandering around South Shore today. So I decided to go to Notoriani's, which is just down there, and have an ice cream. And now, I'm going to push the button. That didn't buzz then. You're supposed to know it's at green if you're blind. Deaf. Blind. I'm going to take you on the seafront. We're going to enjoy 5 minutes, peace and quiet, eating an ice cream. So this is a single cone with sprinkles for the princely sum of £3.80. And very nice it is too. Yum, yum, yum. Sun's coming out. And I'm going to go and sit down here and enjoy the view. I've got my coat over my arm, I'm trying not to dribble down my coat. It's nice sitting here. I'm going to, only triple A's once I've, sat down. I need to get back up. Oh, that's lovely. Right, just a second, let me get myself organised. That's better. It's a race against time to eat sprinkles before they all run down your arm. That's lovely. Can you hear that? Peace and quiet. Hardly anybody around. Sunshine, ice cream, what more could you want? Sun's gone in, just in that little bit of time it took me to eat my ice cream. I don't know. Anyway, going back to my Mojo. Thank you ever so much to everybody that commented on the video I made. I think it's a fortnight ago. I made it and you've seen it a few days ago. About my missing Mojo. And as you saw on that one, I just was so tired I could have gone to sleep filming it. But since then, interestingly, I've started taking vitamin B complex. A friend of mine has got pernicious anemia, just been diagnosed with it. And they've been saying how tired they'd been because they'd got low levels of vitamin B. And I thought, now then, there's a thing. So I got some vitamin B complex and I've been giving them to my dad and I've been giving them to Kevin as well. And all three of us said that we felt not as exhausted as we did. So that's a start. And I sincerely hope I didn't leave you all with the impression that there's only me doing anything and everybody else is watching me, because that is absolutely a million miles from the truth. Kevin is brilliant. Without him, I would sink. Likewise, the volunteers, they're an amazing team. They'll pull the weight, they'll do loads of stuff, but I guess even though I do try to be realistic, I suppose I'm a bit ambitious. There's such a lot I want to do, such a lot of things that we could be doing, that I could be doing personally, and that Kate Cleveland's could be doing as well. So maybe I ought to rein my mind in a little bit. I suppose I'm what you could call an achiever. Not for any sense of oh God, where's that wind come from? Not for any sense of sort of being front and centre or anything like that. If I see an opportunity and that something could be done, it's just in me. It's just in me to try and do whatever it is and achieve whatever it was. Anyway, as to a way forward, lots of you mentioned Brew at 2 and lots of you came up with similar sorts of ideas for things for the Visit Vital Coast YouTube channel going forward. So I've gone through all your comments, I've read every single one of them, I think I've replied. So before a tornado blows in, I'm going to read out all the ideas that you all came up with and the kind of gist of things, and I want you to rate your top 3. So in the comments underneath the video, I want you to put your top 3 suggestions and the things that you would most like to see me doing going forward. And then I've got a better idea of what kind of content you're going to enjoy, because there's no point in me making content if you don't enjoy it, is there? So lots of you mentioned brew at 2. Yeah, I see entirely where you're coming from. That's, yeah, brew at 2. Cleveley's content, so I could do features from Cleveley's businesses. I could do content about the actual town itself and what's happening and all that kind of thing. So there's Cleveley's content. Shop and business features. So would you be interested in interviews and things like that with particular businesses, or walk rounds with me where I go and have a look and see what they're selling and what they've got on the shelves? And then there's crafting ones, a bit like the one I made this week. So we could do different crafts and different making stuff in the shop and whatnot. And then of course there's what's in the shop, because we get some really interesting stuff coming through that shop. We get some really nice quality clothes and second-hand goods. And then, of course, there's all the Seaside Emporium range as well, and the things that we make, the things that people bring in that they've made for us to sell. And then, of course, there's running the shop. So bear in mind that none of us have had a shop. So we've had to learn how to run a shop. We've had to learn all about things like health and safety, fire extinguishers and fire equipment and fire escapes. We've had to do all kinds of things. We've had to do risk assessments. We've had to do the whole shooting match. So it's all been a complete learning curve. And on top of that, you've got probably, 40 or 50 volunteers to look after. Food reviews. I think that's a given, isn't it? I think everybody enjoys food reviews. I must admit, I don't mind making them. I just always feel so self-conscious. And then there's walk and talk chit-chats. So where I, for example, just point the camera and walk and talk about what I see, talk about what's been happening, talk about what's coming up, my life, etc. And then I could sit and chat on my own. So, for example, when it's chucking it down and the weather's awful, I could go and sit in the office or somewhere and just talk. I could tell you what's happening from press releases and things like that. I could give you an update on different topics. I could just ramble. I could talk about something completely topical and nothing to do with the Fylde Coast. And then, of course, there's chats with a guest. So, would you like me to do kind of cup of tea and an interview and a talk with somebody on any random subject? So there's 10 different suggestions there. So I want you to pick out from that list of 10 your three suggestions that you would be most sorry not to see. And we'll see if we can whittle it down and we can go from there. So I'm still trying to get my mind around it. Inside my head feels a little bit like the inside of a pan of cooked spaghetti. Very, very not a dough, very sticky and very tangled together. But I'm trying to get it unravelled. I'm trying to get a little bit of clarity where once there was a knot of cooked spaghetti. So with your help, I should be able to work out a way forward. If I know what I'm doing and I've got my mind around what I'm doing, I'm fine. I can just crack on and do it. It's when I've got to work it out that it all gets too much. It's just too much. So, thank you ever so much for your help so far. Thank you ever so much in advance of all your comments and all your suggestions going forward. If you do have any bright ideas over and above what we've discussed in this video, just please tell me and we will see what we can do. And until next time, from what's turned into quite a windy and now a bit of a dull seafront, which was beautiful and lovely and warm and sunny when I sat down. I've got to try and get back up, haven't I? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can manage it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.